Hey there folks, it's me Munch from Phoenix Down Gaming here to show the last deck in the Spring 2013 WoW trading card game. This time we're going to be looking at the Draenei Shaman. Now the Draenei Shaman deck is by far the fastest of all of the starter decks. It's meant to get out really quick and hit really quick. So let's take a look at a closer look at everything. So let's start off with the hero of this deck. This one is Varos the Venerable. He's a 28 health, he's a Draenei Shaman, obviously. He's got a basic ability. It's you exhaust 3, you get to flip him. Target ally has +3 attack this turn. This is really important because you'll start to see that not a lot of these guys are necessarily strong from the get-go. It's that they build up over time, or they're just very quick to get out. Starting these off with our allies, we've got Arcanomage Misty. Apologies there. She's a gnome mage. When this ally deals damage to an opposing hero, draw that many cards. She's a 1/3, so she's not going to be dealing a lot of damage early on. But as we go through, you'll start to see some of the ways that that'll become more important. Going along with that, we also have Kelsa Wildfire, she's a 1/2. She's got Ferocity though. Because she costs 1 and she has Ferocity, that's a great starting hand card. She literally comes out and deals a damage. Since she has 2 health, she can usually handle a lot of the early on people. So if you need to basically use her to kill somebody, like a 2/1, that works out really well. The last ally we're going to look at is Adrian the Inspiring. Adrian the Inspiring is a 4/4. Her ability is you exhaust 4, target ally has assault 4 this turn. Now, this doesn't have to exhaust her. So the really beauty behind this is that if you have a lot of resources out, you can essentially give assault 4 2 times to the same ally, different allies, and you can do it almost whenever you want, since there's no basic in front of it. So it's actually a very good card to have out there. It's almost like she's a supporting role. She can also give herself assault 4 if you need to, so that's 8 damage right there. Going back with the other characters, if you were to put that on the Arcanomage, that's going to give her assault 4, so she'll be dealing 5 damage. You'll get to draw 5 cards. That means you get to have more cards to have access to play with. There's not really any equipments in the deck. There's like 1 or 2. The only one that's really of any note is the Crimson Cranium Crusher. The Crimson Cranium Crusher is it costs 4, it deals 4, it costs 2 to pay. But when an opposing resource turns face down, you may draw a card. In this deck, that's not necessarily super awesome. It's great for against like the other starter decks whenever people are like flipping over their resources. But what it really shines is actually in other decks where you can have cards that force them to flip resources, which in turn allow you to draw cards. Essentially, you can force them to do things to allow you to have a better hand to have more options. There's a lot of abilities in this deck, but we're going to look at the big ones here. We've got Primal Strike. It's an instant. It costs 1. Primal Strike allows target ally or weapon to have +3 attack this turn. Since it's an instant, you can even use it with a protector or something like that. So it works really well. It's just like a boom. There you go. Or once you declare an attack and the protector comes to block, you can essentially be like, oh, there you go, and deal extra damage, and that'll really make your opponent think twice about wanting to protect. At the same time, you also have Gale Force. Gale Force is a 1 cost. It gives your target ally Ferocity. This, once again, works really well. You have a lot of low-costing monsters. And with a cost of 1 and Ferocity really only being effective the very first time it comes out, you can essentially have 4 resources, play a 3 resource card, then drop Gale Force and have it attack that turn. So, very handy ability to have as well. Energized is actually probably my favorite one in the entire deck. Energize, it costs 2. It's an instant. It's very simple. It just ready target ally. This is really important to note because readying a target ally can be anything from taking somebody who could protect that you attacked with last turn, or even having somebody attack, realizing that the other person can't do anything about it, and then readying them to attack again. As long as they are untapped or basically on standby, you can attack multiple times. So you'll know that is a very handy card to have. Earth and Embrace is the final card, and it's probably your most powerful card overall. It's an ability that you attach to your ally, or to target ally. Once you do, your hero heals all damage from it, and then your attached ally has +2 attack. Because it's only a 2 cost, and because it's an instant, it works really well for things like wanting to heal your protector, wanting to do things like basically just catching people off guard with it, swinging with somebody and instantly giving them +2 attack and healing them. With 3 of them in the deck and this being a common card, that's a really good card to have on you. Overall, the Draenei Shaman deck is the fastest deck hands down, and will definitely catch a lot of people off guard. The only real problem with the deck is that, for one, it's got a lot of good ideas, but there's not enough there to really make any of them stand out or shine. You'll note that, like, with the Mage deck, there's a lot of fire damage dealing. With the Warlock deck, you were doing a lot of, like, well, I may take damage here, but I can heal damage from there. So you can see, like, sort of the trade and balance. With this one, it's like dump as many things out into the field as possible and then just throw them at people. Against the other starter decks, this is really effective, but if you're going to be using this against anybody's pre-made deck, most people have something to stop it. Also, it has no protectors in the deck, which is a big no-no in my opinion. You need to have something to protect you, especially if you don't have a way of healing yourself, the hero yourself, because you're the hero. You need to have a way to heal yourself. So all in all, it's not a bad deck, but it's definitely going to be somewhere in the middle. Really good against some of the stronger decks, but not necessarily going to beat the top tier ones or other decks. But a lot of great cards inside the deck as well. So, I'm Munch with Phoenix Down Gaming. I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe below, like the video, leave a comment if you'd like to see more. Hope to see you soon. See you guys.